Yo, mic check, mic check. You are watching Quest Convo, the podcast where we talk the culture because we are the culture. It's your favorite hip hop connoisseur, Drew Soul Quest.
And your boy Von Shola.
Yo, how you feeling, man?
Man, feeling pretty good. What's going on with you?
Oh, okay. I'm cool, man. I'm doing pretty good. Ready to get through this episode, man. Got to work on a few things tonight. Got to check a few appointments, send out some emails. I got to do a few things, man. You know, we about to get all these guests and shit on the pod, so I gotta,
Taking off.
gotta get this shit
Trying
scheduled.
to anyway.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, we gonna keep this shit moving. We at shit. I ain't even sure. What are we at? 20? Are we at 25 yet? I think
It's
it's
if we ain't already there, we getting there.
Yeah, because I
Yes.
know I was saying 20, yeah, 23, and that was a couple. I'm gonna double check, but so y'all will see by the time it's here. Obviously, we gonna have the video labeled. It might be 25. Shit, it might be 27. I ain't sure. Might be 24, but we getting there inch by inch. You know what I'm saying? Doing this thing, trying to bring y'all this good content, good information, speaking about this hip hop culture and all the shit that comes along with it, past, present, and future. That's pretty much what we own. This particular episode, it's another trending talk episode. Me and Von Shula gonna bring it to you as usual. We space these out. They come. I don't know, people. I got feedback. People tend to like these episodes. Maybe we'll do, more than usual because a lot of our stuff been, we either interviewing guests or me and Vaughn just, giving commentary, speaking on the culture. It's been a lot of that, but people seem to like these little trending talk episodes. We kind of break it down. We talk about just a lot of things that are trending, a lot of things that are current in the culture, different things going on, happening, different things like that. So I don't know. We might, throw these in a little bit more. But for the most part, you're gonna be getting this commentary, me and Vaughn talking this shit. So you know what I mean? Shit. Once again, if y'all are watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you are aware every time Quest Convo drops a episode. Man, once again, we appreciate the love. We appreciate all the feedback. We appreciate all the hate, all that shit. You need sometimes you need the hate to grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit it kind of um it's a difference I feel with hate and then constructive criticism. I'm the kind of person that the criticism, I'll take that because sometimes you might be able to build off that shit. You might be like, okay, I kind of see what you're saying. Yeah, I will try or whatever. But sometimes it just, the hate, it just bounce off. But I guess you ain't if they ain't hating on you, you ain't doing shit. So
Yeah, at all.
so that's how we got to look at it too. Also, once again, every Friday, that's when Quest Convo, the podcast, drops every Friday at 11 a.m. on YouTube, on Spotify, also at culture73.com, the hip hop network. Make sure y'all continue to support and check out dopesthipHoptees.com. They are cool tees and hoodies that are created for cool people that love hip hop culture, and they're created by cool people that love hip hop culture. Y'all check that out. It's still summertime. We, still got the hoodies on there. We were just talking about that earlier. Shit, the hoodies. Yeah, y'all buy the hoodies too. All these youngins seem to be wearing the motherfucking hoodies this summer for whatever reason. 90 degrees, motherfuckers is skull capped and hoodied up. So, you know what I'm
Yeah, I don't
saying?
know what it's about either. So it's
No,
weird.
nobody has no explanation. I told you, we was kind of talking about it and we couldn't get no explanation from none of the youngins. It was just, hey, this is what we
This is
doing.
just what we doing right now, right?
Right. So fuck it. I've been pushing the t-shirts because it's summer, but fuck it, buy the hoodies. Gone
Yeah,
right.
buy the hoodies. Yeah, it all wear the same.
Right. If that's what you want, fuck it. But yeah, man. Y'all check out Dopest Hip Hop Tees. You can still use the promo code I love hip hop and get 20% off all purchases. Dope is hip hop tees.
We work to work, you late to work, I holla and they send it. You know my pride was colder than Chicago in December.
All right, we are back. We are here. And I want to put this up for a minute. So, me and Vaughn right now, we are at, episode, I think 25. I'm gonna feel fucked up if when we go back to push this out. It's gonna be like episode 23 and shit. Like this nigga said
Yeah.
25 the whole, but it is what it. We damn near 25 if we ain't there. So we still, early in the pod game as far as Quest Convo the podcast. Me and Vaughn, we still early with this. We like I said, we drop every week, and we want this shit to grow. And what I noticed, I seen like a lot of other platforms, motherfuckers that's been around, motherfuckers that's got 1 million followers and the monetization is off the motherfucking hook. And I'm like, these niggas still got little incentives. They asking for motherfucking donations. They asking for all kind of things. And I'm like, okay, me and Vaughn, we definitely trying to grow this shit. You know what I mean? We trying to, first of all, we trying to get the Patreon off the ground. We want to give you that exclusive kind of deeper content, deeper, more exclusive interviews, on through Patreon. You pay a certain paywall and you get access to all those things. And with that, we're gonna have our little packages, make sure our followers are taken care of, some merch, some perks, maybe some tickets, different shit like that. But even outside the podcast, I mean, we want to, first of all, we want to travel. We want to do some live episodes. We want to hit different cities. We want to pull up on different artists in different cities and get them interviews, day in the life type things. We want to do more in-person interviews where Vaughn can come to my spot. I can come to Vaughn's spot. So there's a lot of things we want to do to improve the pod, to make it better. A lot of traveling involved. But guess what, y'all? That shit ain't free. It takes money. Definitely takes money. It's not free to do all those things. To come with this dope content, the more in depth, the more fly content, the more shit. We do some round table shit at a nice place in a different city. Hey, we gotta pay for the spot. We gotta pay for people. I mean, it's expensive. So, any donations, man, we appreciate that. Any of y'all that really believe in the brand, fuck with what we trying to do. Fuck with what we're talking about. Fuck with hip hop culture and how we trying to really represent it, represent the balance. Hey, I got the cash app up here. Y'all see it on there. We appreciate all from shit from a dollar to 1,000 to $2 to 2,000, whatever. You know what I mean? And we got receipts for all this shit. You know what I'm saying? We for one, we are a true believer in karma. I know a lot of people out there are shisty, janky, will do all this shit, give you this heartfelt ass speech of their brand and what they believe in, and
Right.
jack your shit. They be
Yeah.
rolling around in a a brand new Benz on your ass. You be like, nigga, what happened to all the
The
shit
struggle.
you right, the shit you promised with the content? So it ain't none of that over here. You better believe it's going to be put to the brand to do all these things that we want to do and beyond. Like I said, we want to be as impactful as possible. So once again, all donations are welcome. We appreciate the donations. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. And that's another thing that prompted this too. Outside from what I've seen, people have literally been saying that, like, it's a few hip hop brands out there. It's a few hip hop podcasts out there. A lot of them are kind of more dedicated to the mainstream as far as what's going on. And some of them really don't represent the culture. Some of the feedback I've been getting, people are appreciating our perspectives and how me and Vaughn give it up. And, they kind of appreciate our point of view, how we really represent the culture, what we're trying to do. And they've been asking like, shit, man, anything I can do, or how can I be down? How can I support? And besides, sharing, support, and telling a friend, hey, it takes, like I said, it takes the cash. Real talk, everybody knows that to grow a brand. It just is what it is. So y'all see the Cash App up there, Quest Convo Podcast. That's the Cash App, man. We appreciate it. Definitely. Trying to do the damn thing.
So
Um,
definitely support, man. Definitely
yeah,
support.
for sure. So yeah, man. So yeah, we here, man. Trending talk. We gonna talk about, like I said, some of the things currently going on in our culture. The first thing we gonna start with. This is probably my most favorite thing on the list because these OG pioneers are really trying to do some monumental, historic shit right here. I mean, true OGs, true pioneers, architects of the game. So I wish I had a drum roll for this motherfucker right here. But yeah, so Chuck D and KRS-One, they have launched a hip hop union. Yes, yeah, y'all heard that
Yeah,
correct. People have been talking about this for years. Um, how they, ain't nothing new in the music business. People are fucked over in their music deals. We write off our OGs so quick. They can't continue to make a living, don't have proper money management, don't have nothing to fall back on. So why not? Chuck D and KRS-One have launched a hip hop union. So it says the organization founded by Chuck D and Curtis Blow. Man, Curtis Blow, straight OG, like
right.
originator. So
Exactly.
so the organization founded by Chuck D and Curtis Blow defines itself as a nonprofit organization whose mission is to promote fair wages, fair royalties, and strong health and retirement benefits for artists in the hip hop and R&B community. So it says KRS-One, he serves as the chairman, while Dougie Fresh serves as the vice chairman. Okay, and then on the board, you got niggas like Slick Rick, Willie D, DJ Scratch, DJ Hollywood, DJ Cassidy, Grand Wizard Theodore, and Alonzo Williams. So those are, once again, all pioneers in this game. All pioneers in this game. KRS-One, Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, they did an Instagram video a little while back, kind of, talking about the Hip Hop Alliance, promoting it, just talking about, they want just fair shit, man, and they weren't even, focusing not necessarily just on artists, just anybody that's even working within the hip hop community. Because they're like, it takes this culture that we build, this culture that we create. It takes a lot of moving parts. It ain't like it's just the artists and producers. It's a whole bunch of motherfuckers that's working within it. I think it's a much needed thing. Once again, we create the culture. We take the culture to new levels. We create the biggest genre ever in the history of music, hip hop. We create all those things. And a lot of times we can't fully capitalize on it. We can't depend on it to take us into the future for our next generation to have shit that our kids and grandkids can benefit from and all that shit. But who benefit from it? The white man who
Yeah.
fuck us out our deals, who get paid all the money. We create the art, the culture, the cool, the music, and everything. And the white man is the one that's capitalized, and all that hip hop money take care of his kids, his grandkids, and the next generation. So it's about time that shit shift, and we the ones creating it. We need to benefit from it, our kids and grandkids. Yeah,
Yeah.
you.
I'm just yeah, I'm happy to see that. When I first saw that,
Mm,
that was real exciting to see.
yeah,
I just wonder, how will it, go forward? How will it function? Um, I don't, I'm not really well versed in unions and everything like that. So,
right.
and especially something this magnitude, because I know they have a Screen Actors Guild and things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I don't know. It's like it just the fact that it's music. I don't know. It seemed like it's different, and then the corporate dudes, they so slippery and so whatever. Like, I don't know if they'll try to figure out a way to circumvent the union or, something like that. So it'll just be it'll be interesting to see how it'll play out in the future, just as far as how people will respond to the actual union itself, and
Mhm.
then people and how they'll react to working with it going forward, if it's going to be but brought up and put into that position.
So I feel two main things I feel that is needed for this to be successful. One of them, I think, a lot of trust, a lot of
Hmm.
trust, because if you want artists to pay union dues, you want artists to, for this network that you set up of lawyers and publicists and people that's working that you might have to just give your money to put into a fund for your shit to grow, or however they have it set up and structured. You're going to have a lot of trust. So first of all, trust. Second of all, outside of that, it's not just going to have to be like the old heads. Like right now, to get it off the ground, to create it, to get the foundation of it, it ain't nothing but old heads right now involved, which is fine. It's kind of how it should be. They've been in the game the longest,
They
got
would
the
know.
most, got the most knowledge and shit. But it's gonna take some of these young artists that's gonna get involved. They're gonna have to get involved. Some of these younger artists, maybe even some of these bigger artists. Like it's gonna take a J. Cole or somebody to go on and hop on board and speak on it and really speak about what they doing. You know what I'm saying? It can't just
Yeah.
be the old heads, because artists, you got to look at it. First of all, the life of a artist, just like with sports or anything else, the life of a hip hop artist, especially like a top one. Once again, I always refer to Drake. Drake is a dime a dozen, a once in a lifetime motherfucker. Your Drakes, your Kendricks, your Jay-Z's, those are once in a lifetime motherfuckers where they can have a career that span 10, 20 years, you know what I mean, and stay hot. A lot of these artists, you get in, you may make it a few years, you may not, but at the same time, you want something in place to, okay, if I don't want to rap at a certain time, I know, especially these artists now, because they get into the game, they get these quick big ass licks, they get a quick $1 million lick, and instead of investing or whatever, what I want to do, I want to fuck it off. I want to buy all this material fuck shit that depreciates with value and not think about my future and try to invest the money. So
Yeah.
I just feel, the trust, and then artists are going to have to really, young artists, popping artists are going to have to get involved and just realize you got to look at your future. If you are everybody that's an artist now, if you continue to do it, you're gonna be an old school artist one day. Some of you niggas in the next 5 to 10 years, you're gonna be an old school artist. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. But it's a beautiful start. Yeah, Chuck D is doing his thing right now. So also he is working on a Public Enemy documentary. I am there for that. All the true hip hop heads are going to be there for that, to see a Public Enemy, one of the most powerful, impactful rap groups of all time. Y'all about to do the documentary? Yeah, I'm fucking with it.
Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to when it come out. I'm gonna have to just go on ahead and sit down and watch it, because
yeah,
it's like because I don't even want no biopic NWA or nothing for them. Just tell me what it is, and tell
right.
me, and get the people who was around, get the people who was involved, and just let them tell that shit how it happened themselves. I don't need nobody trying to share no vision or shit with me.
Yeah, yeah. They said it's trying to see. Do they say what it's gonna be on? I don't think they've working with PBS and really.
That shit ain't
Wait,
about to
wait,
be
wait,
on
wait,
nothing.
wait. Additionally, the conscious rappers spoke about pushing hip hop forward, which is Chuck D. Working with PBS and BBC is an opportunity to deliver these messages through new ways and explain hip hop's place in history and hopefully inspire us to take it further. Wait, wait, wait. Let me see.
From my
Oh,
understanding, it looked like it's gonna be on PBS.
On the PBS app, ain't that okay?
PBS.org or PBS Video. I'm like, nigga, this shit on public access TV and shit.
Really?
Brought to
I
you by viewers like you.
right. I thought this shit was gonna be some
Hell
Hulu,
no.
Netflix. Okay,
No, it's brought to niggas like you. What?
right. Okay. Hey, I'm with it wherever it's at. That's dope. I'm glad PBS on that shit. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, so it's gonna be like a 4-part series. They got uh commentary in there from Ice-T, Run DMC, MC Light, Grandmaster Cass. Okay. Uh I can never say dude's name right. O Obi Dumb Owoli. I can never say his name right. He's from The Last Poets. A lot of people don't know who The Last Poets is. So The Last Poets, they are actually kind of like some for real outside of Cool Herc. If anybody else would be to given the credit of creating hip hop, it would be Last Poets. They're like it's Cool Herc and then it's them. We actually had the pleasure a few years ago. Um, our correspondents from Culture 73 actually went to London and got a chance to interview them when they had a show over there. And I mean, y'all can it's actually on if y'all want to check it out, it's still on culture73.com. Or if it's matter of fact, no, it's on the Culture 73 YouTube. So y'all can still check out that interview. If you want to get some knowledge, really get some throwback. It was a really good interview. They really gave us some game, and they've been around forever. So they really gave us some game and spoke on some heavy shit. So it was a good interview speaking to them. So it said them, Fat Joe, John Forte, Roxanne Shante, Lupe Fiasco. So yeah, I'm definitely fucking with that. PBS. I see y'all.
They got a little bit of everybody talking about it too. That's pretty dope too.
Yeah, look at PBS trying to be down with the culture and shit.
Yeah, yeah. That's what's up.
They said y'all niggas, y'all love to watch shit. We're gonna be with you. We're cool with that. Play this real quick.
Back to my roots, freestyling to these black thoughts. Black Balenciaga Adidas, gassing up the track car. Or I'm out in Paris, snatching bitches off the catwalk. And when I kill a pussy, I don't even let the cat talk. Underground, underdog, sword to the asphalt. I step to all the dope niggas, they never seen crack walk. Ain't no competition, so Kendrick went to Africa. Ain't no competition, Cole went and got his baskets up. But I'm here masking up with the masking tape. Fiends knocking on the door, we closed, don't ask for Ye. You see an aftermath chain, then don't ask for Dre. I'm a legend now, fuck when I pass away. Can't put the effing down, up then I blast away. Break his legs, stuff his shoulders in.
That boy Game.
Yep, that's
That
game for
boy
you.
Game.
That's game for you.
I'm a legend now, nigga. Fuck when I pass away.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was him on the LA Leakers a few days ago. I just had to play a little clip of it. He freestyled for a few minutes, burnt that shit down. He got a new project and shit on the way.
I don't know. I used to be so on game. I don't know what the
Mm.
hell I don't know what the hell happened. I just I don't know. I don't even want to say times change. It's just like I don't know. He kind of that was a good freestyle, but I just I don't know. I ain't really been interested in like a game project in like some years. I don't know.
Really?
It just don't seem like his. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. I don't want to say he ain't got the same quality or nothing like that, but it's just like I don't know.
You
Like
know
that
what?
was. I feel like that was a lot more. That freestyle was more enjoyable than like a lot of his more recent music.
So I kind of know what you mean because I'm a Game fan as well. Just pulling up his shit right now. So looking at the album. So he's like Game is once again, he's one of them ones. He don't make nothing that's bad. You know what I
No.
mean? He don't make anything that's bad. It's just some of his shit. it goes harder than others. It just so I'm looking at the discography. The last time I say I really was into a game project, I'm looking at 2014, that Blood Moon, the Year of the Wolf. You remember that joint?
Jesus Christ.
So that's the one that had the one joint, the Bigger Than Me, where that nigga was just snapping off
Yeah.
for like fucking 10 minutes. That shit he had the video for, just talking shit. That's the last one I can say I was into. I might have
Yeah.
skimmed or kind of was familiar with some of the, he came with the Block Wars, Streets of Compton, Born to Rap, um, the 1992 joint. And they was cool, but I know what you mean. They just wasn't
It wasn't the
that
same.
it wasn't that, let me see. It wasn't even like the OKE that project. Even going to like the Jesus Piece project.
Yeah, Jesus piece. That was the last one for me where I was just into it. Where I'm like,
Okay.
this nigga's going in. This
Yeah.
nigga is on his shit. That was like kind of the last one where I'm just like, and then it just kind of got to, I don't know. It's just like, it's that I feel like it was that same shit they talk about in sports. Like a nigga be coaching the team for so long, and it's like, all right, nigga, we just need a new voice in this motherfucker. It's just like you kind of just droning on, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like, all right, nigga, we get it. Shit.
Yeah. I kind of feel you on that. And it do get to a point, and it's so funny, man. It's really hard to explain because it's only certain artists. I ain't even gonna say certain artists. You just, how can I explain it? Like what you just said now, like that was a good analogy because you're talking about like the coach. He's been a winning coach, but you
Yeah.
just want a different perspective. You want some new blood in there, the motherfuckers to
You're
take
not
us to
winning the
another
same.
level.
You're not
Yeah,
winning like you used to.
yeah,
You done won a couple championships, but then the next thing you know, you look up them 3, 4 championships is 10, 15 years ago.
yeah. And
And
I
it's just
think
like,
it's also a thing. I think that's why some people like Kendrick and others, they don't come out all the time because that's another thing. Game has been rapping actually for a long
a long
time
time.
and then put out a lot of music. I'm looking at the discography. This nigga done put out a lot of music, and this is just the albums, not even mentioning the mixtape shit. So we've been hearing Game a long time, and you do get to that point like, okay, man, what else can you really do or say? Like you have, you know what I mean?
You done did it all. You done said it all.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
still ride with you, and you still cool, and I know you still skilled, but it's just like, all right, man, I'm gonna listen to it, but I ain't like excited about it. You know what I
Or
mean?
yeah, it's one of them things like I got to the point where I'm like, I see some game come out. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Right.
And then I just kind of keep moving. I'm like, all right, shit.
Yeah.
Like I'll be meaning to come back to them, and then I just don't do it. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe it's just like you said, it's that oversaturation. You always knew what Game was doing. You always knew where Game was. You never just looked up I'm like, where the fuck is Game at? He never gave you enough time,
Mhm.
excuse me, to just wonder where the fuck he was at and
Yeah.
what he was doing and everything like that. So
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the but but I think it could, obviously it's hype and marketing, but that's another thing too. He's saying that this is going to be his best album ever. And
uh,
I feel the same way because most of the time when niggas say that, it never is.
no, it
It's not
never
your
is.
best album ever,
You a
nigga.
lot that's the two. I think that we need to do an episode on the greatest lies ever told in hip hop, and two of them is I'm about to retire, and the other one is this is my best shit I never did. Like,
Yeah,
shut up.
yeah. Like what was what was Push album that came out earlier this year?
It's almost dry.
All the promo run interviews he was doing. Yeah, this is my best work today. It's my best album. Push, the album is it's cool. It's not your best work today. Nigga, you didn't put out some songs and some albums that have blown my fucking mind and gave me the ugly face and all that. And
Yeah.
with this, it's
No,
almost dry. It was cool, but no, nigga, that's not your best album. No, it's not.
that's an insult to yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
No, it's yeah. So I I meant to say that yeah, he sure is coming with another album, and I sure ain't in a rush to hear it. Like I'm just not.
yeah. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna keep it going, man, with the man, I'm loving to see all these creative, dynamic, historic ass black men in hip hop do their thing with this business shit.
Yeah,
So, Black Thought. So it says Black Thought. His next venture is venture capitalism. So, loving to see that. He once again let this be a message, y'all young artists out here. He's an artist, been around a long time, that made a lot of money. He's taking his money. He's trying to grow that shit. So once again, his kids, his grandkids, the next generation, they can have the same millions that he got. He's not just buying a whole bunch of cars and bitches and houses and all these things. I'm sure he has some very nice things. I'm sure he does. But once again, he's on some let me grow this generational wealth that black people have not had in their existence. That's what he's on. I'm loving it. Black Thought. He wants a seat at the Shark Tank. Tariq Trotter, that's Black Thought's real name, has become a venture capitalist. The lead MC of The Roots has partnered with the investment firm Impellant Ventures to connect small tech startups in the Rust Belt states with East Coast tech hubs in New York and Boston. So, as a venture capitalist, he'll be investing money in the startups in exchange for part ownership or equity in the company. The companies can benefit from the investment as well as the membership of the firm's established East Coast partners. Okay. So I'm loving that. So yes, he's trying to build some wealth, make some money, but then at the same time create like a hub of resources for these tech people and creators and all that shit. I'm loving to see that. People talk about all the time. Chameleonaire, great example. He was early on that shit. He was
yep,
early. Motherfuckers like, oh, that nigga done fell off. We ain't heard that nigga from years. Chameleonaire invested in this tech. Chameleonaire low. Chameleonaire is richer than all of y'all niggas. Chameleonaire been getting that tech invest money for a long while now.
yeah, yeah. He been doing the damn thing. He
Yeah,
I actually just looked it up. It said this nigga worth $50 million. So yeah,
come on.
that's yeah, that's some good fucking money.
Yeah,
So but yeah, I like it too. Um, Black Thought is definitely doing his thing. He came a long way from when you first introduced me to him and shit.
yes,
Um, I don't think he was in a position to do some venture capital and shit back then. But like I said, he finally it looked like he's starting to cash in all that damn Jimmy Fallon money he been getting. Shit, you better,
right.
you know, shit. Your band provide the sound for the one of the top rated late night talk shows. Shit, you got to do something with your money.
Let me come across $100 million. You better believe in my portfolio of investments, there's gonna be some tech shit in there. Tech is in everything that we use now. It's in everything. You know what I mean? It's definitely the wave. It's just going to continue to grow. Obviously, I don't personally know Black Thought, but for what he seems to really represent, I hope through his investments and through the hub of the resources that they're trying to create and things like that, I hope he just bring in some bright black kids with this because once again, tech runs the world. It's the most lucrative thing you can get into. And once again, as black people being the consumers that we are, We know how to use all these apps like a motherfucker. We know how to use every app. We know how to play every motherfucking PS5 and Xbox game. We know how to work all that shit. But guess what we don't know how to do? We don't know how to create none of that shit. A nigga don't know
Right.
how to code, create a game, how to create an app. We don't know none of that. But what we do, we know how to buy it. We know how to keep spending four and five and $1,000 and $1,500 on gaming systems and games and all that shit continually to make the white motherfuckers billions, 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 which is fine. But it would be nice if just once again, let's start learning how to make this shit. Can we have a all black gaming corporation that creates its own Xbox PS5 and niggas go crazy and stand in line and spend $1,500 on the gaming system and shit.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Let's get into this money because the tech is where it's at. So hopefully
Wholeheartedly agree.
he come with some shit like that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna see what you know about this.
Blue, 2K on some Eric Mail shorts. Total Paco bag, can't just meet me at the port. Clear, bitch, I'm two players in my jeans. This a sport. Bitch, I'm two players in my jeans. This a let's go. Oh, this shit come natural, sweat is flavor, never force. Jump up out of Rari, AMG or Porsche. Hey, fuck what you heard, I'm him, never them. Hey, fuck what you
I gotta bring it back.
Blue, 2K on some Eric Mail shorts. Total Paco bag, can't just meet me at the port. Clear, bitch, I'm two players in my jeans. This a sport. Bitch, I'm two players in my jeans. This a let's go. Oh, this shit come natural, sweat is flavor, never force. Jump up out of Rari, AMG or Porsche. Hey, fuck what you heard, I'm him, never them. Hey, fuck what you heard, I'm him, never. Hey.
So I'm gonna say right off, this is one of those ones you have to play it in the car. In the car, even with the factory system, that shit knocks. You hear all the little details in the beat, and that shit knock. That's that new K Camp Blow the Budget. The name of the project is, let me see, what's the name of that project? Just came out a few days ago. It is, I just had that shit up. Vibe Forever is the name of the project. K Camp, I actually met him before in Atlanta. I mess with K Camp. He's one of them artists, been around a long while, kind of made his way through the industry. I think he kind of deserved a little bit more credit. One of the things I like about K Camp is his balance. He's able to do songs like this, more so for the hood. Definitely can make the little radio joints that everybody is doing with that kind of sound. But I think he has a nice balance to his music, a nice balance to his presentation. He's another one. I haven't really heard a bad song from him. Every project I've heard from him has been pretty decent. This new project, Vibe Forever, like I said, it's only been out a few days now. That Below the Budget song I just played,
Yeah.
that one, and the joint Holy Spirit. Those are my two favorite on there. Both of them motherfuckers they knock. I fuck with them.
Well, I'm a defer to you on this one because I don't mess with my guy at all. Well, I mess with him on certain songs,
Okay.
but he ain't never been nothing I've been interested in. I'm like, yeah, let me know more about him. He was never that guy for me. So
Oh, okay.
you know, I don't know. It's like he basically. I just remember him from the end of my clubbing days when I was going out to the club and part. He was like that one of them last big club rappers that kind of that struck it big. With the cut the bitch off uh
Yeah.
and the what the fuck else did he do? He did some other stuff, the Money Baby and stuff like that, and I like some of his stuff when he came out, but at the same time, maybe I should probably reevaluate maybe because you like him and you have been dealing with him for a few years, which it kind of like caught me by surprise. I'm just like, when the I wouldn't expect him to be somebody you would have messed with.
Mhm.
So maybe I'll double back on him. And since it's a new project anyway, I'll probably just go ahead and just double back and see if I missed out on something. Because like I said, he never was just somebody who I just was like, yeah, let me find out more about him or see what's going on there.
Okay. Yeah. Now this album particularly, it's definitely not it's not one of my favorite K Camp projects. I'm still kind of working my way through it. Those are just the two standout joints that I instantly kind of fuck with. To me, those are kind of undeniable. But
Okay,
yeah, he definitely he another one. He 10 years in. Don't like I said, time go so quick. He's
already.
10 years in. A young vet in the music game. He's been real consistent with the projects. Um, one of his joints is actually one of my man. That what project was that shit on? Was it on? I don't know. Well, you said you don't mess with him like that. 2015, he came out with a album. His project for that year was Only Way. Only Way is Up. That's definitely one of my favorite K-Cam projects. He got a track on there, track 3, Yellow Brick Road. Yellow Brick Road, to me, that beat is tremendous. It's another one. Factory System, or if you got a system, that motherfucker is going to knock in the ride. I love the beat so much. He killing it with the flow. Shouts out to K Camp, man. You a young vet out here doing your thing. Uh yeah, that was pretty much it. Then was as far as the new music, at least it came out in the last few days. That's really the only thing I had a chance to really
I
fuck with.
I know Casey Veggies came out with something. Crypto Veggies is what it's called. Did did not like it like that. Was I've been he been disappointing me lately. I'm like, well, I'm serious though, because I'm like, I
Mhm.
really fuck with Casey, and it's just like the last couple of projects. I'm just like, what the hell are you doing?
Mm.
You know, I mean, he can do whatever he want to do. Don't stop what you're doing because of me. But I'm just saying, me as a fan, I'm just like, I don't know. It just seemed like niggas is not doing what made them lately. And it's like a lot. I've noticed this. A lot of niggas are like trying to branch out lately and experiment with shit. But it's like you're not you're not doing the shit right.
Mhm.
You know, it's like I don't know. It's like don't experiment so much that you just sound like a whole new nigga or a whole different person. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
can I still be able to like find my way back to you and shit
I
as
know
an
what you're
artist?
saying.
Don't
Yeah.
like I don't I didn't put this album on to get to know a whole new nigga. I just didn't. So I
Yeah.
just I just need cats to do that.
Okay. No, I feel I know exactly what you mean. Um, let me see what else new. The Joey Badass album, that's another one. I gotta give it more of a listen, but just through first kind of initial listen and skim, he got some stuff on there. Joey is, he getting older now. He kind of how can I explain? He like he on his he getting on his grown man hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more substance feel. He still got the bars there. Even I noticed like his beats, choice of samples is a little bit more mature, if that makes sense. But I was kind of fucking with it. I'm definitely gonna go back, give it another listen. I know even if you ain't probably watched it, you probably heard about it. Have you heard about the Will Smith apology? He went to YouTube.
That plastic ass shit. That shit pissed me off because of how fucking avoidable all this shit was.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you such a, you know, I'm like, dude, you used to be so fucking cool to me, and now you a little simp bitch. It just really come down to that. I'm like, I don't even want to hear this because I'm just like, why didn't you do all this from the beginning?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the issue a lot of people have. Like my personal thing on it is okay, it happened. It definitely shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened in on a major platform, a major night. You stepped on other people's moments and you slapped another black man in front of all the white America just to help put some fire on their stereotypes and shits, add fuel to the fire, pretty much.
By some niggas they trusted most.
And it's like it was unnecessary. Like even the motherfuckers that was, supporting it and supporting his actions and all that shit. A lot of them was them toxic type motherfuckers, the kind that okay, you go out with your girl and it's a nigga looking at your girl. I'm gonna beat this nigga's ass. Okay, he didn't come over to your girl and touch her or try to holler at her. He's looking at her. At the end of the day, if ain't nobody looking at your chick when y'all go out, maybe that bitch ain't really cute. Like, don't you want some nigga to kind of, at least I do. I mean, everybody's different, but it's just like if ain't nobody looking at your chick ever, that I'm just gonna say that's saying some shit. That's saying some shit. but but it's them kind of niggas, right? I'm gonna beat this nigga's ass to go to jail just because he looking at my woman. That is
Yeah.
that kind of toxic thinking people that kind of agree with that shit. And then it was just a lot of gray area with it. It was like if that was motherfucking Jimmy Kimmel that was up there, a white man
Right.
doing his
Right.
job, saying the jokes, just nothing harmful, nothing crazy, just doing his job. He a comedian. Y'all got a report. Y'all cool, but you would have smacked his white ass in front of all the white people. So
Fuck
it was,
no.
yeah. So it was just a lot of things with that. And then once again with the apology, it's the apology we expected. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm working on myself. Blah
A
blah
whole lot of
blah.
buzzwords.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And
That
and
shit.
and
That shit came from a People magazine. The verbiage and the noun placement and all this other shit. I'm like, nigga, give your publicist a raise because he wrote the shit out of this.
but a lot of people do think it came too late. At this point, we 6 months in with the shit. Even if you've been working on yourself and finding yourself and trying to get better or whatever the case is, dealing with all the shit that you and Jada been going through, that's fine. But you should have stopped, paused, and immediately issued a public apology for this very disrespectful public thing you did. You should have got that apology out there into the atmosphere, got that energy out there, and then move forward with your journey. You doing it 6 months later, now it just look like, oh shit, Bad Boys 5 and 6, them niggas in pause production. They pause this production on this other shit. I'm not now y'all fucking with my checks. I need to unpause my bags. Let me get this apology out here so these niggas unpause all my checks y'all holding up right now. That's what it
Yeah,
feel like.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that, but it ain't nobody's fault but his own. I'm like, shit. Even if you did feel some kind of way, nigga, you Will Smith, you could have, hell, even probably in between commercial break, nigga, you could have, hey, man, what, chill out or whatever you had to do. Like, you ain't had to do all that.
Yeah.
You wanted to do that shit, and you gotta live with what the fuck come with it. I'm just,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just a wonder you ain't. I wonder if you would have smacked him in the street, how that would have went down too.
Exactly.
But
But did you see Chris Rock's response?
uh,
It's
he
kind
said,
of a direct, indirect response because he kind of mentioned it in his show, but basically, he like, fuck out of here with your apology, nigga. Fuck you and that apology.
right,
Pretty
yeah.
much. It was at his show. Let me see. Was it his show in New York? Uh so he had the show like a few hours after that shit aired. So basically, so it says Chris Rock, he referenced the now infamous Oscar slap heard around the world during his tour in Atlanta, just hours after Will Smith released the apology video. And he basically just said, he's like, everybody is trying to be a fucking victim. He was like, if everybody claims to be a victim, then nobody will hear the real victims. Even me getting smacked. He
By
said,
Suge Smith.
yeah, he's stupid. Not Suge Smith.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah,
He's stupid.
you can always count on Chris Rock to just make light of some shit.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. He was like, yeah, even with me getting smacked by Suge Smith, I went to work the next day. He said, I got kids, all that shit. He also added, so anybody who says words hurt have never been punched in the face.
Yeah, yeah, that too.
That part, nigga.
Yeah, that too. Definitely that too.
Yeah, but and I feel what he's saying. He's saying a lot with that statements, because it's kind of like, yes, that is like the narrative and the wave now. Yes, there's a big push and wave with mental health as a whole, which is very important, very much needed. It needs to be made the normal to, if you feel you need help for whatever issue you have, to be comfortably be able to talk about it, not shamed about it. That's very important. But at the same time, we're also in the time in the wave. We in a extra soft, pussy ass society, extra soft, extra pussy, extra just. I'm offended by everything. If you blink or breathe too motherfucking hard, nigga, I'm offended. The
Speaking of
express,
which, I'm sorry. I just that did just go into what we was just talking about. Do you see that that they about to make Beyonce change the lyrics on her new album
bruh.
because of whatever? Because of what apparently now spaz is a fucking slur
Come on, man,
to the disabled
bruh.
community. Where the fuck when
Yeah,
where the fuck? I'm not doubting that, but why the fuck am I just now hearing that in 2022 in the first year? I mean, for the first time in my 30 years of life, that's just a slur to some type of community. What the hell is that about? That shit just, I don't know.
because
That really upset me.
that's my point exactly. That's where
That
we're at
really,
right now. You got motherfuckers, they like, yeah, traditionally we have, especially being a black person, we can speak on this shit better than any motherfucking body. We come from disrespect and slurs and being called niggas and this and that and every other racial shit and being beat in the streets and all that shit. We come from that. So we definitely understand what it really means to be offended. We really understand what an offensive slur means. Right now, these motherfuckers are searching and reaching and breaking down and analyzing. They're looking for a motherfucking issue and problem. Some
deep in their
shit that's,
bag.
yeah, some shit that's not even blatant, some shit that's just not even meant in that kind of context. They are searching and looking and breaking down, going over shit with a fine tooth comb. And if it's the smallest things that could be a little something, we're going to break it down and try to shed the person's character and break them down. And they're a racist. This bitch, word I ain't never heard of. She the woman calling Beyonce, I don't even know how to pronounce that shit, ableist, calling her
Ableist.
ableist, or
Ableist. Yeah.
yeah, ableist. So you look that up, and it's somebody that is it basically means somebody that is discriminating against a person with a disability. So having the word spaz in your music, how is that um basically doing something to a person with a disability? How is that bringing them down and fucking with them? How is that being racist, or not racist, but being discriminatory towards a person with a disability? How?
I just feel like this is the era of people no matter who you might be or whatever your background is, where I guess if this is the time period, if it's ever been some shit on your mind that's been pissing you off, this is the time to say it.
Yeah, they just yeah,
So
but they doing too much because once again, like Chris Rock, I love that statement he said. He right, if everybody is a victim, the real victims will not be heard. And I get that. If y'all gonna be some soft, pussy, petty motherfuckers, and every little thing that somebody does or says is an issue, when somebody really has a serious issue or something of serious offense that really needs to be addressed, people aren't going to take it as seriously because this is like,
the boy who
everything's a
cried
fucking
wolf.
issue. Yeah, yeah,
And then
everything's an issue.
and then you keep on shit. We ain't gonna be able to say fucking nothing. And then we just gonna
Exactly.
be up here being silent, looking stupid.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next. It's gonna be. We was on the podcast, and the way he took that breath after he said his statement, it was an offensive breath. He was being discriminatory
It
towards
was condescending. It was
a
condescending.
lung cancer patient or some
It
bullshit.
was condescending. I'm like, it was. I'm
The
like,
tone of the breath.
look, I'm going to the Alaskan wilderness and I feel like I will have a better time with giant feral gray wolves than you niggas, because
Yeah, man,
you niggas are soft. I need
man.
to go live. I need to go live with the animals and no, because I'm tired of all this soft shit.
Yeah, I just can't like. I understand even the level that we at. You know, me and you still have a voice. We broadcast online, accessible to the whole world every week. I know that words matter and words can make a difference. Words can bring joy, they can hurt. I understand all of that stuff. And I'm always going to, even though we don't really bite our tongue and we say what the fuck, we want to say when we talking about this culture, we still are still sensible, respectable individuals, and we never just gonna, just say no super out the way shit to, derogatory just to fuck somebody up. You know what I
Right.
mean? But it's just like at the same token of things, with everybody being so unnecessarily extra sensitive, and you almost just doing it once again. We live in a clout nation. I feel like a lot of these motherfuckers do this shit for clout. Everything is on brand with a lot of this shit. You do this shit for clout. If I can create a movement and a hashtag uh about this issue, this offended me, that can push my cause, push my organization more into the limelight. We're in a clout nation. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely there, but it's just like if the shit needs to change, speaking from a creator perspective. And when I say creator, that can be us. We're creators. You know what I mean? We're media people. There's creators in music and art and entertainment and all that stuff. You're basically tearing down the whole foundation of being of being creative, of using your imagination, of being able to express yourself, as the amendment says that we can, have the freedom of speech and all these different things. Y'all are just tearing at the fabric of that because every fucking thing somebody says, it's a problem. It can't be everything somebody says is a problem. If you're that type of person that finds an issue in every single thing somebody says, from this perspective, from that perspective, you need to take a look at yourself. And
Yeah.
it may be you, and maybe not be that next person. And this is coming from a black man. You got Drew here and you got Vaughn here. We're black men. We know what it means to be offended. We know what disrespect and real slurs sound like. Real shit. It ain't no embedded shit. It's been boom right in our face, right there. We ain't have to
From day
break it
one.
down and decipher from day one. So yeah, y'all pipe down with that bullshit for real.
Y'all be all right. After a while, y'all
Yeah,
be all right.
shit is ridiculous. My goodness. But I love Chris's response. Uh, yeah, man. So, did you see? So R. Kelly's sisters, they were on the a British news station, so they pretty much on there. They riding for bro. Um, they said if anybody's is the real victim, it's Robert. If anybody's the real victim, they also said, as we've seen through the years, everybody done seen the, because that's how I feel about this whole R. Kelly situation. You know what? I was not there. I don't know. I don't know what you did. I was not there.
No,
I've seen certain things. I've heard certain things to help shape my opinion. But I was like, out of all that other shit, the one thing that was public knowledge, you married Aaliyah when she was 15. It was on the marriage license. So if all worst case scenario, if all this other shit, or best case scenario rather, best case scenario, if all this other shit is just lies and people trying to attack you and all this other shit, nigga, you married a 15-year-old girl.
as a grown ass man.
That's exactly, that's on record. And then also it's a lot of other shit on record. We know you have a thing for underage girls. That was another thing they were trying to debate. Well, I'm not, nobody's perfect, and I'm not going to say that he didn't like young girls, but I can't really say any of them were underage. He just liked younger girls. Just they just trying to ride for bro and come with all this bullshit. You know what I mean?
Pipe down. Just
Yeah.
don't nobody want to hear that. Pipe down.
Yeah.
Like it's stop.
Yeah.
Just stop. You know, even if that, like, keep that in your, support him privately. Like, nobody want to see that. Nobody want to hear that. It's
Yeah.
over with. You know, be happy that, you know, we still low key willing to play some of his music. Some of us might not be, but you know, there's still a good chunk of people still willing to play his music. Be happy with that. Take a win and go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just, yeah, no place for
Because
that.
so like the reporter, that's what he was pointing out. He was like, y'all don't, what about the victims in this? So you saying all these claims and all these things are just false? What about the, the victims? You speaking out all this stuff, you don't care how their life has changed and all that. And they were just saying, touching on the points of a lot of the so-called witnesses that were around for all this, they weren't involved in the court case. And then they're saying overall the 30-year sentence is a bit much. And I feel with the 30-year sentence, like he's been doing this shit for a long time, or been having these accusations for a long time. So, oh, and let's not forget about the infamous tape, nigga. That wasn't made up. It was a tape with you pissing on a girl. So let's not forget about that. That's
Right.
those are two. Like I said, that's why I say, if best case scenario, all that other shit is lies, is bullshit. Those are two things, nigga, that
Very damning.
show, yeah, that show that flaw or that trait in your character, nigga, that you fucked
Very
with
damning.
underage girls, nigga. You married Aaliyah at 15, and we all saw you. It was the hottest best-selling video of that year, nigga. Unfortunately, you pissing on the little girl. So yeah, nigga, it is what it is. They saying the 30-year sentence is a bit much, but I know, the judges and shit are trying to, make an example.
Yeah.
Um, that's the only part I somewhat feel they was like, he's getting the 30-year sentence because he's a black man. But I think it's not even really the black thing. I think it might be a little bit of that. I think it's more so you trying to make example. Cause I will say that it's motherfuckers that nigga got straight murder charges and killed niggas and they get 30 years. So when you
Right.
look at it from that perspective, it's like, okay. But all that other shit, yeah.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
He got to 30 years old. I mean, 30 years in jail, and just leave it alone. It's over with. You can't, it ain't
Yeah.
nothing you, me, or nobody can do about it. So just leave it alone.
and it's like a lot of people point out too that the parents need charges against them, and I somewhat agree to that because it's no secret. Like I said, we just, this is 2022. R. Kelly done been in the music business, what, 30 fucking years. So
Yeah,
we and it's
late '80s, right?
always, yeah, I think, yep. So it's like, that's always been a whisper. That's always been rumors. It's always a lot of things we've seen in the media. Niggas have known about his indiscretions for a long while. He's just really getting to the point where he's paying the price for them, but it's always kind of been known. So even if it was a possibility that I know how this nigga get down. I've seen him marry Aaliyah. He's showing that he like underage girls. As a parent, I'm not taking my 14-year-old daughter to be locked in the studio with fucking R. Kelly to excel her music career, and I'm not fucking there. I'm not in the fucking room. As a parent, you giving your motherfucking child to the wolf. Like, yeah, you need to be held accountable too, nigga, because that's fucked up. You
Yeah,
that goddamn thirsty and hungry that you gonna risk your child's well-being and her being harmed so she
yep,
can get on and get this record deal.
yep,
Yeah, that's fucked up.
yep. They sure will. They sure will.
That's wow. Yeah, man. So it is what it is with that. Let me see what my guy Fat Joe was talking about. So Fat Joe, he blames ego for the death of New York hip hop scene. So he says, Fat Joe says New York hip hop was single handedly ruined by ego. He says, Fat Joe says that ego is what kills New York hip hop scene in the 2000s. He was on Instagram. He basically explained that the fall of New York hip hop and warned Atlanta needs to be careful of the same thing. Like he's basically saying because Joe move around, he got his ear to the street, he know what's going on. He's saying the same thing he saw with New York, niggas in their ego, jealous of the next motherfucker. He's seeing that trait in Atlanta with a lot of the artists or whatever. So, they run hip hop just like New York was running hip hop at that time. He doesn't want, that to happen to them. Yeah, he said single-handedly just says the South saw how we fucked it up, meaning Atlanta, we saw how they clicked up and said we're not going to make that mistake. So basically he's saying, right, that's because the South, people talk about that all the time. All the true hip hop people that I hear talk about that shit. New York, it was created there. They was running that shit. They had the unity. Niggas started getting big. Didn't want to, it's all about them. Everybody got their crew. They clicked. Nobody wanted to link up. And the South said, we're going to do just the opposite. All them niggas from the South, they doing songs together. They doing mixtapes together. They doing collabs together. They doing shows together. All them niggas from the South, Atlanta, Texas, Memphis, wherever, they all linked up. And 2022, which at least for the last, you got to say 12 to 15 years, the South 1000% runs hip hop. 1000%. The sound, the artist, everything. So yeah, Joe was kind of talking about that, and yeah, he just said it, basically just saying it's fucked up. I ain't heard nobody agree with him yet, but I kind of feel that perspective, from what I know and from what I've seen through the years being around. I've been outside for all of it. I kind of feel what he's saying. Definitely.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
I
So, I'll go ahead.
no, I just feel shit. They was awesome cocky. Obviously, ego played a part. Do you see how cocky these niggas are? Do you see how cocky Damon Dash still is? And he broke.
1000%.
I'm like, nigga, you broke and you cocky like you richer than Jay-Z. Like, I don't get it.
See, but I'm gonna say this once again. That has been the narrative that they have been putting on Dame Dash. I'm not going I'm not gonna push that narrative. I don't know. You could be 100% right. Everybody else is saying it could be a 1000% right. I don't know, but I don't want to put that narrative on him because I'm still looking at the things that he's doing. Like, okay, he broke, but the nigga still got the streaming service. He got the app. He's still doing things in music. He's still doing things in art that take money. You can't get a little network app thing off the ground and don't have no money. Like it's impossible. So he can't just be, I think, and also I think too, it's kind of like what we was talking about with the mainstream artists and the underground artists. That's part of the why niggas don't go the independent route. A lot of them don't, because we have this thing, because Dame Dash has been associated with Jay-Z and all that shit. We'll call him broke because he's not as rich as Jay-Z. If
That's
Dame
basically what
Dash,
I mean.
oh,
That's what
okay,
I mean.
okay, yeah,
I'm
because
like, nigga, there's no reason why, nigga, why don't you have a minimum like $400-500 million
see,
net
and
worth?
another thing too, you gotta look at the type of nigga that Dame Dash is. So, not saying Jay-Z is no bitch or is not, as soft spoken or anything like that. But Jay-Z is kind of like I am. Jay-Z, he plays the game. He's very respectful, even if he is speaking his mind from a business perspective. He's very respectful. He's very kind of in the cut. He ain't gonna let you just run over him or fuck over him, but he'll respectfully speak his mind in a way where Dame Dash, since day one, Dame Dash has been that nigga going into the label, knocking the shit off the table, talking crazy as fuck to white people, talking disrespectful, saying exactly how he feel about your white ass. You're not gonna fuck over me. You're not gonna do this. Dame has low key burnt a lot of bridges because he's been that nigga since day one. I'm extra outspoken. I'm talking that shit. I'm telling you right to your white ass face. I don't give a fuck if you the CEO or so and so, so and so. I'm talking my shit. So a nigga like that, yes, you gonna run into different things. Uh Light low key blackball yourself a certain way a little bit. You're gonna shut a lot of doors, you're gonna cut off a lot of opportunities. So I feel because of that, that was, and I don't know everything else, but I feel that's part of the reason why he wasn't put into play to even have those opportunities to be as rich as Jay-Z, because he's been that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Since day one. Jay-Z is not that. Jay-Z is the respectful, safe. I'm not scared of Jay-Z. He's not. Yeah, Dame. I'm scared of Dame Dash. He might fuck me up. You know what I mean? When you got that kind of attitude with white folks, yeah, it makes a fucking difference.
Yeah, I can understand that
Yeah,
wholeheartedly.
yeah. So they've been talking about this for a while. That Rap Act law, um, which they need to be on this for real, because as an artist, movie people, they do shit all the time. Different artists, you gonna talk about shit in your songs. You might have done it, you may not have done it. It may just be, once again, it's a sense of expression. You shouldn't take anything that I said from a creation, from some of my works, and use it against me in a crime. You know what I mean? So they're
Yeah.
working on that. Says the new bill introduced to the U.S. House of Congress is intended to limit lyrics being used against artists in court by setting the legal criteria for their admission as evidence. The Restoring Artistic Protection Act, or the Rap Act, was proposed by Congressman Hank Johnson of Georgia's 4th District and Congressman Jamal Bowen of New York's 16th District. Says the bill's supporters acknowledge that the line between artistic expression and evidence has often been drawn by race and genre in the past. Basically saying, y'all only do that with us black hip hop motherfuckers. You
Right.
don't have anybody else on trial and bring in they shit from they movie, they book they wrote from what I said and try to incriminate me even more from what I'm being charged with. So that's a beautiful thing to see
You know
too.
that shit gonna get shot down. I don't care. they
I hope
gonna
not,
they gonna throw that shit out.
man.
Like they gonna sit inside and laugh at it. What, Nick? Shut up.
Ah,
They gonna
you
throw that
might be
shit out.
right,
I don't. This I didn't seen enough in this world to know what the fuck gonna go on.
man. I hope not. But
Yeah.
you right. Yeah, they right. They
I'm
like
like I'm like Brain Mac. I believe shit when shit happen.
right,
White man tell you the end of the world coming. It might be, but
right.
but until I see it happening, it ain't happening yet.
So you see your boy Meek Mill. He trying to do it big. I feel with Meek, all the legal shit he been going through the last few years, because he's only dropped so since he got out 2 albums. Both of them was like okay. The last one they said a lot of people were just saying it didn't even feel like Meek, but I just feel with all the shit and pressure he been going through with all his legal shit, I feel like that's been kind of blocking the best shit that he can put out. But he's on some, some big making move shit. Basically they saying so he dropping a new song August 18th. That's the anniversary of his dad's death. Basically, we said what he's trying to do. He's trying to drop 10 albums, kind of like as an independent artist. He was signed to Rock Nation. He's not signed to Rock Nation anymore. He said it's all good. It ain't no bad blood. Him and Jay-Z cool. They got other business ventures they doing. He ain't no bad blood. He just want to 100% be in control of his shit. He's just saying he want to be that independent artist. He don't want to. He want to do Meek.
Mm.
Like the way he was explaining it, he said none of the albums will have an industry feel. He said he trying to like almost try to bring it back to that mixtape kind of Meek, you know what I mean, where it's just raw, uncut. He said it ain't gonna have that's even the hashtag he using to press the whole thing or push the whole movement. It's hashtag no major label vibes. So he's trying to be back on this mixtape shit. He said he expect to spend like $1 million for each project that he put out. So it'll be interesting to see. I've never been the biggest Meek Mill fan. He's cool. But it'll be interesting to see how he, make this happen. So
Yeah, I second that. So, that remains to be seen. I haven't I don't know shit. I don't even remember the last time I rocked with Meek. It was somewhere in 2014, 2015. And even
yeah.
then, I was real fast and loose. So we'll see. He was always somebody he'll come through every so often and impress you, but you know, uh, as a whole, I kind of just let Meek do him. So we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Well, we'll always have say the dreams and nightmare intro. That shit is a
Yeah,
classic.
yeah, you'll
That
have that.
shit, my God. Now let
That's
us
legendary.
let him come back with that kind of shit. I'm there
Yeah,
for that.
definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. It was kind of a lot of shit going on this past week currently. It's a lot of shit going on. Like, once again, man, we appreciate the love. We appreciate y'all watching, tuning in. Um, let me put this cash app back up. Like I said, we're trying to grow the podcast. Like I said, we want to do a lot of traveling, different cities, different countries, interview different artists, have roundtables, have some live podcast shows. We want to do some remote things where me and Dev in the same place. We want to do a lot of moving around, a lot of growing, and it takes cash to do that, man. So any way you want to support, we definitely appreciate it. But yeah, this has been one of the trending talk edition of Quest Convo. We will be doing these doing these episodes from time to time. To keep y'all informed, because even outside of our perspective and all the insight and shit we talk about the culture and different things like that. The world is still spinning. There's a lot of shit going on currently in the culture, and we got to keep you informed on that as well. So we appreciate it, man. Every Friday at 11 a.m., Quest Convo, the podcast, is on Spotify. It's on culture73.com, the hip hop network. You can also view it on YouTube at Culture73 TV. So y'all stay tuned, get familiar, tell your mama, your cousin, and all them, your baby daddy, your nigga on the side. Tell all of them about that shit. For sure. Yeah, Von, you got any words for our people, man, before we out of here?
We just we glad that y'all still here with us. And we gonna just keep on working on getting better, man. It's an ongoing process. We got some things in store coming soon. Hopefully I got some big things coming in store for everybody. So, we're just always trying to improve. And like you say, man, just make sure that you keep on checking in with us, keep checking us out, and just, enjoy the ride. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So we're not trying to get there as quick as possible, but we're going to get there eventually. And with y'all help, we can do that. So just bear with us.
Oh yeah. And that like I said, that Patreon, we working on that. We'll let y'all keep y'all informed, let y'all know when that drop, where you're gonna have that real exclusive, straight up provocative type shit that we ain't gonna drop on the regular pod. It's that exclusive shit that you gotta pay for. It might be some of that shit that possibly get us canceled. So yeah, that we can't actually, once again, we in a sensitive time, so y'all gonna have to pay for that.
Right.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to we can't have that just for the
Nah,
common folks. That's
not at
for
all.
our true ride or dies that feel exactly what we
Yeah,
saying.
exactly.
So definitely. Yeah, but man, we are out of here. You've been watching Quest Convo, the podcast. I'm your favorite hip hop connoisseur, Drew Soul Quest.
And this is your boy Von Schuler.
Oh yeah. Peace and love, y'all. Until next
All right.
time.
Yes, sir.